And one other thing.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt landed a commitment from Mississippi State transfer receiver Trent Hudson. He was Eli Stowers was his main target at New Mexico State. This Hudson was his number 2 guy. So they're just getting the band back together again up there in Vanderbilt. And again, we'll talk Oklahoma here in a minute. But
Coach Lee even jumped in the stands after this game and celebrated with the fans. That's how pumped up they were. So I love it.
They finished with more wins than Oklahoma, Auburn,
and
even Kentucky. Which again, Kentucky's terrible right now. But a year ago, they looked like one of the most consistent teams in this damn conference. Better record than all of them. I mean, that says it all right there, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Now, another one, Shane, again. We don't get to lead with them much this year, but we're going to give them their due. Come on, Liberty Bowl champs. 39-26. How about them Hogs, Shane? But, I mean, what a game this was. This is Taylen Green. My God, Shane, when Taylen Green's healthy.
Yeah.
He is incredible. What did he have? 3 touchdowns in this game.
Yep.
341 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, added 81 rushing yards and a touchdown, averaged over 16 yards per completion. Arkansas averaged averaged 8.5 yards per play, jumped out to a 21-3 lead. Desmond James, never even heard of this guy, Shane. First catch of his career. Longest touchdown reception in Arkansas history, 94 yards. It was also the longest catch in Liberty Bowl history. But this was, this was an all-around effort.
Yeah.
Had all guys making plays all over the field. Taylen Green was lighting up Texas Tech's defense. And they had a little run. They tried to come back there in the second half, but Arkansas said, hell with that. We're going to beat you down. And they did. And, man, this was a nice cap to the season. And, it wasn't that just a couple weeks ago, Shane, everybody was piling on. We should have fired Sam Pittman.
Yeah.
Our program's in disarray. And what do we say? We said, yeah, it looks bad, but do not give this thing a final grade till we see who we add.
Yeah.
And more importantly, who did you not lose? You didn't lose Taylen Green. They were very vocal out front. We're bringing him back. He's coming back. So what did that tell you? That tells you they've made the commitment there, and they probably had to let some guys go to make up for it. And quite frankly, let go of some guys that maybe were not worth what other schools are willing to pay them. And we'll see next year if that strategy pays off or not. But they got the quarterback done, and this is a game that showcases why that was so important.
Yeah, it really was. And, I mean, we're talking 2 games back-to-back that without the quarterback, we'd be talking about different results here. But, yeah, this was a big game for them all around because there was a lot of doubt coming in here. We had a lot of kids that hit the portal. We had some not playing type situation. And, the ones that stuck around said, hey, I want a chance. And I thought that, especially with the receiving core, I mean, we had 94-yard, 56, 31, 47-yard. These are absolute bombs that a lot of them were yards after catch. So I think it gave some of this youth that maybe we didn't see much of at the start of the season an opportunity. And that's why we like bowl games, Mike, not only for the extra practice, but it's kind of a launch pad into 2025 here. And I do it every year with Arkansas, Mike, but they end the season with this little optimism spike, and so we'll go back to another media days and we'll go in there with the Razorback flag, and we're going to try to lift the spirits of some of those Razorbacks we talked to while we're there. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this brand and how important this next year will be. There's no forgiveness in next season. So I'm pumped up for it, man.
Yeah, and I think one thing this game really highlighted, Shane, when you got nearly a month to prepare, it goes to show you how good a coordinators Arkansas has in Bobby Petrino and Travis Williams at the defensive coordinator position. That combo is one of the best combos in the SEC, probably top 5 in the SEC.
Yeah.
And as long as Sam Pittman has that, they got us a fighting shot. It was when it was really bad, obviously, was when we had old Dan Eno. So, again, identifying the mistake, getting his ass out of here quickly, hiring a competent coordinator to come in. Year 2 is when these quarterbacks generally take off. With year 2 in a system, year 2 with a quarterback. Again, next season, the over-under is not going to be, 9.5, 10 or something crazy like that. But there's no reason Arkansas can't surprise a hell of a lot of people. And quite frankly, if they play like they did in this game on the offensive side of the football, they're going to be competitive in damn near every game.
Well, that was it. That was their motto this season, almost could have, and I felt like there were plenty of opportunities. They should have been in a better bowl game, in a better situation if they would have closed out a few of those games, especially early in the season, and not make some of those dumb mistakes. But I don't know. I saw a quarterback take a huge step forward this weekend, and I think that's important too, because you got to remember he is young, and quarterbacks can develop and they can learn from mistakes that they've made. And if Taylen Green cleans that up, brother, he may be one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in this league next year.
Yeah, and his former coordinator, Shane, is now the coordinator up there at Kentucky. They're ready to see his ass.
For now.
So again, it makes him look that much better. He was able to be Mountain West Player of the Year with that guy as his coordinator. You know what?
Yeah, absolutely. He makes everybody look good.
Well, you know who's making us look good, Shane?
Who's that, brother?
Cousin Logan Marty.
Come
Logan,
on, cousin.
Welcome
to the family.
We appreciate you, brother. But
cool picture.
Yeah.
Who's that? Bo Nix?
No, I think that's a Missouri man.
Oh, I couldn't see it. I'm blind, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Mizzou on his head there.
That's awesome.
Old Brady. That's old Brady. Come on.
Well, I've not seen that picture before. It's a cool one.
Now, how about Sam Pittman after this one, Shane? I love this. You don't win the game of football by talking.
To represent Arkansas and represent the state and the university.
What?
Just how did you think the guys represented the state and university today?
Well, if we can't enjoy that one, then we got major problems. I mean, we played extremely hard. We won the game that we played. I told the kids this is where we're at now. We're at the Liberty Bowl, and we've got a new team. We're 0-0. Let's see if we can't go 1-0 against a Texas Tech team that had won, beat Arizona State, beat Iowa, the 2 championship teams in the Big 12. And I think not only that, but I felt like we played and we had some penalties, and most of them special teams, but which is going to happen when you have several guys out. But I think both teams play with a lot of class. We've seen some bowl games this year that are embarrassing to me, to college football, people up in each other's face and all that. That's not what the game's about. The game's about knocking hell out of each other and then go do it again. You never won a game talking to somebody. And I thought both teams represented college football well tonight in that aspect.
I think Pittman was watching that Vanderbilt game. What do you think, Shane?
I think so, man. It did get a little chippy in this one, man. And I just saw it with that advanced auto. It's like if there was any coach that would probably frequent advanced auto the most, I could see it being Sam Pittman, walking in there with his cane, asking for whatever brake pads he needs or something. But I felt like this game was absolutely, it was physical, it was fun, and it was chippy. And that's what you like, when it means something, and sometimes these bowl games, it gets lost a little bit. But this one felt like, hey, okay, well, I want to kick this team's ass now,
Right. And one final thing from Pittman, Shane, real quick, at the end of his presser, he's like, hey, I want to say something before I jump off here. This is, I think, the reason why people like us really like Sam Pittman.
We want to say this is that, I don't play it down. The kids went out there and they scored the points and they held them back from the points and all that. And sometimes when we win, I'll get a little credit, and when we lose, I get all the credit. But that's okay. That part of it's okay. But the coach only good as the players, and how the players play. And I'm damn proud of mine. So go Hogs.
Yeah. Hey, the man's getting his damn cane. He want to give credit where credit is due to the players. I always love to hear that.
Absolutely, man. And again, it was youth. And, I just told you about the receivers. 3 of them were either freshmen or sophomores, Teslaw being the only outlier. And that's, I feel like I saw glimmers of hope, how good these kids can be. Because trust me, man, there's a lot of teams out there that don't have weapons to throw to right now.